We, Ukrainian researchers, artists, political worker activists and civil society members, have been in Israeli military occupation, separation, settler colonial violence, ethnic cleansing for 75 years. We are in solidarity with the Palestinian people who are exposed to land extortion. Resist, we write this letter to people as a human dominant discourse at the government level and even between solidarity groups that support the struggles of Ukrainians and Palestinians often creates separation. With this letter, we reject this discrimination and confirm our solidarity with all those who are oppressed and struggle for freedom. As activists committed to freedom, human rights, democracy, social justice, and while fully accepting power differences, we strongly condemn attacks on the civilian population, whether Israelis attacked by Hamas, whether Palestinians attacked by Israeli occupation forces, armed settler gangs. Intentional targeting of civilians is war crimes. However, this does not justify collective punishment. Palestinian people, identification of all residents in Gaza with Hamas, and use term terrorism applied to all Palestinian resistance without discrimination. By repeating many of the UN's decisions, we know that there will be no permanent peace for the Palestinian people without justice. On October 7, we witnessed Hamas violence against civilians in Israel. This is now a prominent event by many to completely demonize and dehumanize Palestinian resistance. Hamas, reactionary Islamist organization, needs to be seen in a wider historical context and in context that Israel has raped Palestinian territory for decades. Long before this organization appeared, the late 1980s. During the Nakba TAG1 in 1948, more than 700,000 Palestinians were brutally expelled from their homes. Villages were destroyed. Israel has never stopped continuing colonial expansion since its foundation. Palestinians were forced into exile, shattered and ruled under different regimes. Some of these are Israeli citizens affected by structural discrimination and racism. The people of Gaza Strip have been suffering from the blockade that Israel has implemented since 2006, limiting movement of people and goods, causing increased poverty and deprivation. Since October 7, and as writing of this article, the number dead in Gaza Strip was more than 8,500, while more than 62% of deaths were women and children. More than 21,048 people were injured. Israel recently ended schools, residential areas, a Greek Orthodox church and many hospitals. Israel also cut all water, electricity and fuel supplies in the Gaza Strip. There is a serious food and drug shortage, which causes the health system to collapse completely. Most of the Western and Israeli media legitimize these deaths as secondary damage to combating Hamas, but remain silent when it comes to Palestinian civilians targeted and killed in the occupied West Bank. Only since beginning of 2023 and before October 7, the number